The Duchess of Cambridge hosted the Together at Christmas Carol concert at Westminister Abbey on Wednesday and was seen wearing a pair of sapphire and diamond earrings that were lent to her by the Queen. Royal expert Daniela Elser highlighted that this is the second time Kate has worn jewellery belonging to the Queen, stating that she believes the earrings have been permanently lent to her. However, Meghan has only ever been lent the Queen's wedding tiara, which royal fans believe means Kate is more trusted. Speaking on Newso, Ms. Elser said, while the former actress might own pieces which had belonged personally to Diana, Princess of Wales, getting to frock up in some enormous sparklers from the royal trove was a perk she never enjoyed. Duchess of Cambridge appeared wearing a pair of earrings lent to her by the monarch as she attended the Together at Christmas community carol service at Westminster Abbey today. Royal watchers say it is a sure sign that Kate has the Queen's trust and respect. Kate dazzles in a red Catherine Walker coat for the event which signals the start of the royal family's Christmas festivities. The event celebrates the work of charity workers, teachers and volunteers during the pandemic. Prince William and Kate, 39, were joined by her parents Carol and Michael Middleton as well as her brother James and sister Pippa. The Duke and Duchess tweeted a photograph of a rehearsal for the concert earlier today, with the message, "We will be reflecting on the extraordinary challenges we have faced in recent times and celebrating the acts of kindness that we have witnessed across the nation as communities pulled together to help each other." ITV will broadcast the event on Christmas Eve at 7:30 p.m. The coat dress is thought to be worth about £3,000, with Kate adding a touch of glamour to the outfit with the Queen's sapphire and diamond fringe earrings. She was also carrying a 640 red suede bag by Miu Miu for the occasion. The service includes performances by stars including Ellie Goulding and Leona Lewis. It was developed with BBC Studios Events Productions but will be broadcast on as part of a special programme entitled Royal Carols, Together at Christmas on ITV. Prince William and Kate are reported to have dropped the BBC as broadcaster for their Christmas special after the two-part documentary The Princes and the Press, which was criticised by the Queen, Prince Charles and the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Read more on the Baker WHO gave Boris a pudding being threatened with a brick through the window. A host of royals joined the Duke and Duchess, including Princess Beatrice and her husband Edoardo Mopelli-Mozzi as well as Zara and Mike Tyndall. Princess Eugenie wore a smart emerald green cape coat with knee-high black leather boots. Conservative former Minister Johnny Mercer said he spoke to the Duke of Sussex about the issue last night. Moving an amendment proposing the change, Mr. Mercer told the House of Commons, "I speak to all sorts of people in the veterans community. Last night I had a conversation with Prince Harry about this. He has contributed hugely to the veterans debate and I wanted his view. He said to me it's not only morally right but would mean so much to those who have given so much, and it's not a political intervention, it is the moral purpose of this. It's an almost effortless change, as he said, for this government to make, for us to finally see through what we've said for these people for so long because we owe it to them. They're our brothers and sisters, they've served with us over many, many years." Mr. Mercer, who is an army veteran, is pushing for the government to waive visa fees for foreign citizens who served in the military and want to remain in the UK. Visas for foreigners who served in UK armed forces currently cost £2,389. Mr. Mercer has put forward the amendment to the Immigration and Borders Bill with Labour MP Dan Jarvis, who is also an army veteran. The Duke of Sussex spent 10 years in the army and served on the front line in Afghanistan. He also founded the Invictus Games for wounded and injured service members and veterans in 2014. Harry has spoken of how his life was shaped by his time in the army. However, he lost his honorary military titles after quitting royal duties with Meghan Markle. The Sussexes are starting new lives in California after stepping back as senior royals in March 2020. Harry marked Veterans Day in the US last month by meeting with service members and their partners at Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst in New Jersey with Meghan. And on the eve of Veterans Day, which is Armistice Day in the UK, the couple attended the 2021 Salute to Freedom Gala. Addressing veterans at the event, Harry said, "As we honour and reflect on Remembrance Day in the UK, which shares a date tomorrow with Veterans Day here in the US, my hope is for all of us to continue to support the well-being, and recognise the value of, our troops, veterans, and the entire military and service family. We and they are better for it. I served 10 years in the military, including 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan, one as an FAC, forward air controller, on the ground and in the dust with some of you, another as an Apache helicopter pilot in the air supporting and talking with you. Nothing was more valuable than the time I got to spend with my soldiers in a shell scrape, eating an MRE meal, ready to eat, in the back of a tank, thanks for the swaps, flying a mission overhead knowing those below were safer, or making each other laugh when it was needed the most. My experience in the military made me who I am today, and I will always be grateful for the people I got to serve with wherever in the world we were." Harry's support for Mr. Mercer's move comes after Meghan recently contacted US politicians to lobby for paid family leave. And the couple faced accusations they were interfering in American politics ahead of the presidential election last year. Harry urged US citizens to reject hate speech and cast their vote. William was publicly praised by the East Anglian Air Ambulance, EAA, for which the Duke of Cambridge worked between 2015 and 2017. The organisation wrote on Twitter, "ER would like to thank HRH the Duke of Cambridge for promoting the importance of speaking openly about mental health issues." A number of important initiatives were launched last week for emergency service workers to support mental health. The organisation also shared a statement on Sunday, in which they highlighted resources the ER provides to its staff and how the organisation continues to work with the Duke. It read, "ER continues to provide all of our staff with a range of support, customisable to their particular needs, to deal with the unique challenges faced by emergency service workers." Initiatives such as those announced by His Royal Highness and commitments made within our charity help to bring the vital and varied support needed to all staff as they carry out the roles of the emergency services. Discussing mental health and the impact it has on our lives gives strength to others. After the organisation noted it had attended the Royal Foundation TMS Mental Health Symposium hosted by the Duke of Cambridge, the statement read, "Thank you for your continued support of all emergency workers, Your Royal Highness." William launched the Blue Light Together initiative in late November, an agreement across all emergency services to follow a set of standards for supporting the mental well-being of frontline workers. At the event, the Duke could speak about his own personal experience when it comes to how demanding and stressful the job of emergency responders is, having worked as a member of the RAF Search and Rescue and at the East Anglia Air Ambulance. Speaking in front of 200 frontline workers, he said, "I often think about my time working for RAF Search and Rescue and the East Anglia Air Ambulance. I remember the pressure of attending calls in the most stressful conditions, sometimes with tragic conclusions. I remember the sense of solidarity with my team, pulling together to do the best we could and sharing the weight of responsibility. I also remember returning home with the stresses and strains of the day weighing on my mind, and wanting to avoid burdening my family with what I had seen." William also opened up about working as a helicopter pilot in a Special Time to Walk episode, an audio walking experience released today on Apple Fitness Plus and Apple Music One. While walking from Sandringham House to Anmer Hall, the Duke recalled attending the scene of an incident which involved a boy just a few years older than his firstborn Prince George. While he had not realized it in the immediate aftermath of the incident, the Duke noticed with the passing of time the stressful experience had remained with him. William said during the Apple Music broadcast, "I went home that night pretty upset but not noticeably. I wasn't in tears, but inside, I felt something had changed. I felt a real tension inside of me. It really hit me weeks later. It was like someone had put a key in a lock and opened it without me giving permission to do that. I felt like the whole world was dying. It's an extraordinary feeling." You just feel everyone's in pain, everyone's suffering. And that's not me. I've never felt that before. William said he could shake off the trauma thanks to the support provided by his workplace and colleagues. Opening up on how he moved on, he said, I started to realize that, actually, you're taking home people's trauma, people's sadness, and it's affecting you. I was lucky enough that I had someone to talk to at work in the air ambulance because mental health where I was working was very important. Talking about those jobs definitely helped, sharing them with the team, and ultimately, in one case, meeting the family and the patient involved who made a recovery, albeit not a full recovery, but made a recovery. William has also shown his support for frontline workers during the pandemic. In April last year, at the peak of the first COVID infection wave, the Duke supported the launch of the 24/7 platform Our Frontline, which provides confidential help to key workers.